Hey, my wandering wanderers. Today we're going to be doing a cosmic energetic reading for the sign of Capricorn. So please keep in mind that these readings are based off of whatever the universe wants to talk about. Be mindful that energies are contextual and fluid. So if something is vibing with you, please take the time to identify and quantify what that may mean for you and discern that message for yourself. Okay? So, Capricorn, Capricorn, yes. Let's check out what the overarching planetary energies are for you and take time to figure out how does this apply to you. Actually, don't take time to apply, like you'll figure it out. I mean, yeah, Capricorn. Okay, hold on. Let's do this again. Capricorn, much better. Alright, Capricorn, what do you have for us today? Okay, so Capricorn, just to hitbox confirm. Capricorn, overarching energies, it could be that you're thinking about how, or could be understanding how things start and end, or there could be things starting and ending, and you could be trying to take time to quantify what does that mean, or how do you think about this thing, whatever that may be. All right, Cap. So right now we have. We'll bring this closer. We'll bring it closer. Put it in frame. There we go. So right now we have the moon, Uranus, 5th house, and the 4th house. So Capricorn, well, yeah, based off of how I push this up here, this does seem like a reality check in the construct of understanding. This could be you intuitively understanding what it is that you're good at. You could be taking time to understand or comprehend how does that convey itself to you in the construct of the 5th house, which even though in this deck is represented by or as creativity, it could also be known as like your own form of self-expression. I mean, 5 is also a number of change. You could be taking time to understand how this creativity / self-expression is linked to your foundation. It could be linked to whatever is rooted for you, and you could be taking time to understand and correlate how does this foundation, or how is this concept rooted for you in the concept or construct of your unconscious. You could be intuitively taking time to understand in your own reality or within yourself, how do you unconsciously convey your own genius, and how does the root of your genius portray for you. Yeah, there's two sides of this. It could be, as an individual, you could be taking time to understand unconsciously what it is that you're good at and understanding the roots behind it, but trying to comprehend how do you convey this. On a flip side, this could be you understanding the cycle, or taking time to think about the cycle of how this correlates between what the thing that you're really good at, the thing that you know, or not necessarily know, but the physical construct that you're good at, taking time to process how does this play out within your own creativity and yourself, and how is this rooted. But it's like trying to either complete the loop, especially in the construct of endings. In the construct of endings, you could be trying to figure out how to complete the cycle intuitively, or in the construct of beginnings, you could be understanding that you have these correlations and wondering how does this relate to you in the concept of your 5th house. All right. That being said, let's go ahead and get into the configuration. The physical configuration. Let's check out how this may be projected for you. Capricorn. Okay, so we have the construct of understanding this unexpected income. Please keep in mind that income is not necessarily physically, financially oriented, but I can't say that too much because we have the Wealthy Man card out here. But this is you taking time to understand how do you benefit, or how do you unexpectedly benefit from this. Okay. That being said, we have so there are projections between the 5th house and the 4th house. There's projections, or there seems to be fears in the construct of the 4th house and the unconscious, but there is some kind of transformation that's occurring. And in correlation between the thing that you're good at and how this plays out to you, there is you taking Capricorn. This could be you understanding how your feminine energy helps out for you. So really, Capricorn, take the time to understand what is the current status quo of what it is that you're physically good at. What is it that you're good at? How do you understand this projection, like this physical projection / manifestation of your self-expression / creativity, and how is that rooted for you? How do you understand how these two things show up for you? How do you understand how these things have been physically coming up for you? That being said, in the construct of this foundation and your unconscious, how do you understand what has been keeping you trapped? Who, or in that instance, how do you identify the key component or individual or authoritative figure that is keeping you that is keeping you unconsciously trapped in fear? What is it, or how do you understand this fear of confinement, and how do you articulate or identify the person that's behind it? How do you take authority of this fear, and how do you free yourself from it? What is it? What is unconsciously transforming? What is unconsciously dying? How do you identify what has been unconsciously plaguing you? How do you become aware of something that is no longer serving you? In the construct of this foundation, between, or whatever this foundation is, and your unconscious, are you accountable for your own despair and your own imprisonment? Are you? In the construct of understanding your feminine energies, do you understand how your current energies are related to your to your ingenue? Do you understand how your feminine energies are related to your creativity and your own self-expression? How do you know that your feminine energies are projecting this towards you? Okay, now we're going to take the time to get into how these intuitive concepts may be playing out for you. Okay, Capricorn. So energies within the deck are over here. We only have 2 cards. 2 cards. So these concepts could be, how do you understand what needs to be, like, what are concepts that need to be buried? What are constructs that need to be put down? What are concepts that are moving away? What are concepts that appear to be sailing away? How do you articulate that? How is that identified for you, Cap? That being said, when it comes to you understanding your feminine energies, you could be getting concepts. There could be concepts of self, or constructs of self-expression that could be dancing around you. You could be intuitively getting or understanding certain components of self-expression, and kind of understanding the dance of being not necessarily immune. It's like understanding the energetic dance between your feminine energies, and how there's a need to be vulnerable and or susceptible to them. Or this could be you understanding the need to be or understanding this concept of being vulnerable and susceptible to and receptive to the expression of your feminine energies. That's something to really think about. That being said, you have a card that flew on the official person. The official person can be orchestrated as a temple. In the construct of this official person, what does that foundation look like? Like, how would you articulate this projection of this official person? Is this official person you? And if so, is this what your temple looks like? How do you perceive this perception and foundation of this temple of this official person? What is the archetype or the energy of this official person? What is how do you conceptualize this construct of a temple? Another thing is, how does this conceptualized construct of a temple craft you into the official person that's necessary to rid yourself of this fear and free yourself of this imprisonment or this fear-based thinking? That being said, another card flew off to the side that's kind of linked to, it's somewhat related to the temple card. We have the attic. How does this, excuse me, there's a message too. Another thing to take into mind is, how does this correlate to you understanding messages from your higher self? How do you conceptualize messages from your highest self? And if so, in the context of the addict, if the addict is you tapping into your temple of self to help you overcome this form of fear-based imprisonment, like, how do you understand, or how do you comprehend, or how do you articulate that this is your highest self coming through to free you of your fears? How do you channel that? How do you tap into that? How do you create the foundation / framework to do that for yourself? How are you cognizant of this? Or what's the concepts that make you cognizant of this unconsciously? Food for thought, food for thought. All right, Capricorn, let's go ahead and get into the energetic component behind this. Jesus, hold on. The energetic energy. It's a little thick. This feels thick. Feels thick. Energetically speaking. Alright. Temperance. AKA integration is happening. Foundational integration is occurring, Capricorn. Which is cool. I mean, it's a process. Like, you're understanding this process. I have a lot of cards that flew all the F over here. That being said, let's go ahead and check it out. Okay, so we'll get to that. So, Cap, you could be taking time to understand what this, understanding this perception and how these beliefs are being articulated to you. This is something that you are doing indubitably. So, that's cool. In the context of this understanding, this self-expression, you could be in the process of becoming aware of this opportunity, and you could have this feeling, you could be going through these feelings of determination and understanding what it is that you really want to stand up for, which is cool. In the context of your unconscious and how that's correlating with you, and how your higher selves are coming, or higher self or selves are coming through to help you with this breakthrough, you could be having experiences of these concepts. And this could be something that you really, like an experience that you may really have to take, or are in the process of reflecting on. And especially in the context with this communication that's coming through for this, of how you've been projecting these things. You know, this could be you becoming aware of what it is that you really need to take to, oh, you can't see that. This could be you being taking time to become aware of whatever it is that you really need to turn inwards to. This could be something that you could be aware of, that you need to reflect on from a foundational perspective. Also, you could be understanding this new experience of love in the context of being in tune with yourself, and that in itself could make you become more cognizant of this old framework or foundation that no longer works for you. Something about loyalty, some kind of something about loyalty, huh? I digress. And that may help you understand what is it that you become more wealthy. This could be spiritual wealth, understanding this process of spiritual wealth. That being said, Capricorn, there is a card that flew off. It flew off in the distance. So we have the Chariot card over here, but it's like, but it's off to the edge though. Like I don't know if I can. You guys can see that, like it's way like over there. And this is, from the looks of it, this is like articulating how you're moving forward, which totally makes sense in the construct of, if you want to take time to pay attention to what it is that you're good at, you can totally see the pathway that is necessary to move forward. Overall, Capricorn, this appears to be cohesive to me. Like, this is a process. Like no shit. Like, this is a process. You're starting to understand. What emotional benefactors? Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure how that. Actually, I don't need to know. But it seems like you're really taking the time to understand how this is really benefiting you. You're moving forward, you are progressing. There's a lot of lessons to be learned in the construct of what has been holding you back, but or how to overcome it. Obviously, you're being helped by guides, which is nice and nifty. And this is also, this progression is helping you become more physically abundant, or like, you know, in the construct of third dimensionalism, like in the 3D sense, like you're becoming more spiritually wealthy, and understanding how that will correlate for you, for yourself in the physical sense. Something about loyalty, yeah, like loyalty in the construct of this Tower card is something that comes to mind. But yeah, Capricorn, I hope that this reading was helpful for you. By all means, keep keeping on your journey. And yeah, please take the time to evaluate what resonates with you, discern this info for yourself, and have a wonderful day.